Hey guys, Chairman Nutterbutter here, and today I'm going to be telling you about my story. So, I watched the Minions movie over and over and over and over again, trying to find a single good joke, and it took forever. It appears in a split second of a scene, and I will show you how this is the best joke in the movie by far. And I'll explain it to you. So, to the untrained eye, the viewer's glance in the scene was directed at Scarlet Overkill instead of at the audience. The people they would have noticed in the audience most likely would have been this dude and Kiss. But, as you can see, what's circled in red is a dude in sunglasses and in a hat. Why is this significant to unraveling the only good joke in the entire Minions franchise? Now I'll show you. Now, to the untrained eye, this could just be any random dictator, but to one who knows a decent bit about South American history, one can conclude that Augusto José Ramón Pinochet Ugarte, el dictador de Chile, is actually the person pictured there. So he kind of passed away a few years back. And let me tell you about him. So, the similarities start with the hat. So, if we look at his cool hat, remember, all dictators have cool hats. It's a requirement if you want to be a dictator, unless you want to be an absolute monarch like Kim Jong-un. Like, try to think of a famous dictator who didn't have a cool hat. And I'm not counting Mao. Okay? Think about all of them. Especially the juntas in South America. They had cool hats. Like Mi General here. But if you can see here, his hat has red in it. Red. Gold. Gold. Now, in the Minions movie, you might notice that he has a more pronounced mustache than in this picture. But keep in mind, the Minions movie takes place, I believe, in 1968, if I'm correct. Well, you see, he must have been much younger in 1968 than he was in this picture. So, that makes sense. And notice he's chilling next to his homie Richard Nixon. Now, once again, to the untrained eye, one might notice, hey, is Richard Nixon there? The more critical person might say, they're just reusing character models. But no, I think this is actually part of the underlying story of the Minions. So you see, Richard Nixon was involved in Operation Condor, which was an American plan to install pretty anti-communist leaders. And, for example, what happened in Chile in 1973 during the coup was Salvador Allende. I'm trying to get these pronunciations correct. See, guys, I'm not saying Salvador Allende, it's Allende. So you see, he is trying to do a bunch of socialist reforms, and Richard Nixon didn't really like that. And by didn't like that, I mean he despised it. And so what he did was he got his homie, right over here, Pinochet, to kind of take over the Chilean government for him. And I really think this is the only good joke in the Minions. And you can't even notice it. And that's the thing. I personally believe they knew what they were doing with putting such a similar character to Pinochet in there. They knew what they were doing. And I think it's really part of the one joke that actually worked in the entire movie, and it makes me cry to see it. Now no one can say the Minions movie had no funny jokes. This is the one somewhat funny joke. The fact that Richard Nixon and a man who threw communists out of a helicopter make a cameo in a kids movie. It just warms my heart, is what it does. Also, if you look in the background, you can kind of see Adolf Hitler.